Good morning and welcome to another quick session of SwiftUI. So let's just have a tomato this morning. I don't have a lot of time, so I'll just do 25 minutes. Let's see where we are. So what we added was just this navigation view that takes us to an empty view. We're gonna have to improve it a little bit, and we're gonna kill the iOS UI for navigating, this part up here, and we're gonna use something custom because I also wanna customize this header to have it nice black at the top and like round piece below it. Alright, so first thing we have to do is, this is just SwiftUI view here, and we already made a preferences view. So let's use that instead. And we're gonna also use this navigation bar hidden for my preferences view because we don't want to display it. So I'm just gonna make a group here, do that, move this right here, and let's see. There's one more thing. Yeah. So we removed the navigation bar. Now we need a way to go back to the main screen. Just for now, this will be temporary. So we'll add a button, Oh, I think it should actually be nav link. They'll take you back, but I'm not sure how to do it. So we're gonna figure it out. We'll look for SwiftUI, navigation link, back. Pop, yeah. Okay, what the heck is that? Let's try it again. SwiftUI navigation back button. Okay. I don't want to do all that stuff. Well, I mean, some custom stuff in SwiftUI are just super complicated. Do I really have to do all that? Wow. Okay, we can do that, but what the heck? Super complicated. So we go to preferences, now we can go back. Okay, that works. Next thing I want to do is I want to use this black header instead of what I have now, which is nothing. So we'll go to my content view, and there we have a special thing for iOS at the top. So we have everything is in a VStack, and then this guy up here is going to be responsible for like the custom header. But we should extract it into a separate component. So let's look for views, and we'll add a new one, a new group, I mean, shared, and we'll call it like shared. Well, it's kind of long, but we'll do shared Mac, iOS, or like desktop, mobile, just to kind of, we're gonna call it so that I'll know that this are the files that are supposed to be. Okay, what am I saying? No, this is never going to be used on the desktop. Let's get rid of that, and let's just add it here into Tomato to iOS. So new file, and we'll call it custom header. All right, that's better. Struct custom header extends view body. Here we go. Return. For now, let's open up content view. Nope. Content view. And let's just grab it. And actually we'll reference it here. So we'll call custom header. We'll go back to custom header and we'll paste all that stuff in here. Let's just try building now. Oops. Alright, to is using something called the rounded corners. That comes from my NiceKit library. That's a custom library. Okay. All right, so we have it here. This still works. So now let's just go to Preferences View, and let's do the same thing with it there. We'll use VStack, and inside the VStack we'll reference the custom header. And this could let's just keep it that way. So let's see what that looks like now. If we go to the preferences. It does not look good at all. So we just gotta make sure that this thing goes to the top, and I think we could just add a spacer at the bottom. And it's still not gonna look right because the background, oh, look at that. That changed the background color just like that. All right, well, that resolves my problem. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to have an icon just like this one. Oh, they look kind of strange. That's okay. So next thing I want to do is I want to have an icon just like this one for the back button. Oh, look at this. This looks like a problem. Oh, it's something related to my menu. All right, never mind. Okay. So we're gonna make a button just like this one. And I think we'll also want to have a header just like this one. So this might be a little bit tricky. If we go here to content view, we can see that we have some custom H stack. And we have a title, we have this burger button. So we'll have to do it a little bit different. But if we look at the burger button here, we'll see that this just uses a button with a custom style. So I have subtle button style that tells me which background it should use. And there's a size too. So what I'm thinking is we'll just copy all this code. Oops. And we're gonna use that for the other button too. However, we have to make that button first. Let's see if we can find a symbol that we could just use. Let's look for back. Okay, ooh, this one looks pretty good, but let me take a look here. So we're not gonna use the like this rounded rectangle from the icon because we already have our own rectangle. So all we need is some kind of chevron like this one. Is there anything better? I don't think so. So, okay. So now I have to learn how to use SF symbols. I actually prefer hacking with Swift for things like that. Okay. Okay, it should be easy. So if it's just like that, we should be able to just replace this image with this image. And we should be able to just say chevron.backward. Let's copy that over to, well, it's gonna be a little bit more complicated. Let's just keep this around and let's borrow this H stack. And we'll use it in my preferences view. Let's just use it right below the header. And we're also gonna do a title here, but let's just, for now, let's do that, preferences. And actually the burger button is gonna be on the left. So we have to put it here. Now we can take the button and we can just copy that. The subtle button style is defined again inside my UI library called NiceKit2. So we go to preferences and then we go back. That looks okay, but the button should be a little fatter. Let's actually move the action to this button and we can remove all this for now. can remove the V stack too. I want to make the button a little bit fatter. So how do you do that? Use font modifier? So maybe I can use the font. No, just have to use font. System, font, I don't know. I don't know if this is the best way to go about it. Yeah, that seems fair and kind of smaller too, but it looks pretty good for what I wanted. The the title is a little bit off, but maybe we can fix that a little later. Let's try 14 and bold. That's too fat. Let's go back to semi-bold. But the size is okay. All right, we need to add this padding they have here in the content view. So, okay, here we go. Here's padding defined. So, oh, here's what happened here. Look at that. The reason why that title is centered is that we were adding the button size to the padding. All right, but can we borrow this side padding? I'll just set it to 20 pixels. Let's just do that manually with a magic number, as they call it, just because I don't want to deal with all that right now. But normally we would probably like create a constant for this or something. So let's. Okay, so this guy is gonna have some side padding. So we'll do. Can we do like horizontal? Yep. So set that to 20. Okay. Preferences. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted. And it seems like everything's aligned just fine. So what's the height, what's the width of this button? It's like 36, 37. Can we learn by opening this subtle button? Yeah, there's 36. So let's actually make that into a constant. So we'll do static var small width equals 36.0. I think this should be a CG float, so let's just do that just to be sure. And we'll do small height set to 32. So here we're gonna say subtle button style dot small width and subtle button style dot small height. I wonder if we can reference like the class of this, or like, hold up. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. So Swift get static variable from instance. Here we go. That's what I want. Just capital self. So we should be able to replace that with self with capital S. Good. Very good. So we got width, we got height. We can go back to preferences, and here. So we're gonna change this a little bit. We're gonna say that trailing is 20, and we're gonna say that leading is 20 plus subtle button style small. Okay, we gotta make it public. So public static var, public static var. So what was it here? Small small width. This should work. Subtle button style has no member small width. Yes, it does. It does. Let's try building. Succeeded. Okay. So let's just extract the 20 into a constant. Let's do side padding like we did in main view equals 20.0. And let's use that here, and let's use that here, and we're gonna also restyle it a little bit. Oh great, so it's gotta be a CG float. Oh, great. So, the title should be centered now. If we open preferences, it's not, because I used that on the wrong side, clearly. And now it is. Great. So let me get that title view here, and let's see what font is being used here. Like, what's the size here? Are we just changing the font weight to semi-bold? Is this all we're doing? So can I just copy that, and we'll make it always semi-bold, because this view will only be displayed on iOS. Yeah, that looks good. So the titles are the same between two views. See? Great. This looks really nice now. Let's move on. Let's just, how much time I have? I have some time. So let's look up how to do SwiftUI preferences screen. Okay. I wonder if there's a... I'm always looking for articles from one of my favorite publications, so Hacking with Swift is one of them, and I also really like reading Swift with Majid, I think. Okay, so he's using, like, there's like model code. It's not what I'm looking for right now, and here's his settings view. So he's using a form, and it has sections, and it has like toggles. So let's look for a text field. Is there a text field anywhere? Doesn't exactly look like it, but let's just try copying this notification settings, see if that might work. So we'll go, what's the spacer doing here? Okay, this is the title. So we really want to paste that right here. And I think we have to add a couple closing curly brackets. Oh, I added too many. Okay. Alright, so let's just do something like that. Yeah, here we'll create a binding that constant of value being true. So I can just do that. Let's see what that looks like. Preferences. Oh, look at that. That looks good. I mean, it doesn't look great, because I didn't exactly want this gray background here. So let's do SwiftUI form style. Form white background. But it won't, I'm sorry, it won't look good with a white background, right? Because this is just made to have gray background like that. So maybe we should make this entire screen have this grayish background. Yeah, well, but it's still like a little different style. Yeah, that's okay. This looks pretty neat though. So let's just try changing background of the whole thing to something a little the same color. So is there a constant for this color? So SwiftUI color constants. And we can just copy the color, but I really wanted to make it match that form background color. So Swift form Swift. I'll just do iOS form background color. No. Oh man. A system background, maybe that's it. let's try changing it in my custom header. We have a background color right here, so that will be a property. So background will be a color, and there should be a default color, I think. So maybe we can do self.background, and if it doesn't exist, it will default to that color. So I can go back to preferences, and I can find my custom header and add a background. That will be, let's just do it system red or something. Just gotta make sure that this works. Preferences, nope, not. Oh man, I okay. Well, I'm gonna need that, but it's not what I wanted. Oh. So what I have to do it here, background, color, red, actually, red. Oh man, no. Oh my gosh, no, that's not what I wanted at all. I'm thinking, well, I just want to set a background of this entire view, because inside this view there will be the form, and form will set its own color. So that part I don't have to worry about, but oh gosh. Well, I mean, I'm getting closer. Let's get rid of the spacer. Okay, yes, that's what I wanted. Great. Can I get rid of this one then? I don't think so, because this one will always render color. Yeah, but what I could do maybe is use color.clear here, and so it will just inherit my red background color. Nope, that didn't happen. So I'll just go back to manually specifying it. Okay, so how do I find out which iOS system colors? Is there any place where I could find all the colors that I can get from my system? Here we go. Okay, so it's gonna be one of these system grays for sure. I think I'm gonna try them all. Or maybe I can just use one of these color pickers, such as this one, and I can grab it and take a look. I don't want hex, I would like a RGB values. Is this the one? Yeah, so 242, 242, 247. Is there any such thing? 242, 242, 247, that's my guy. So it's system gray 6. System gray 6, okay. So we'll do system gray SwiftUI use system gray. I don't know, like I thought this stuff was somewhat easier. Like, I mean, I know I can do like color and then say UI color system gray 6. I can do that, but why can't I just say color.system gray 6? That doesn't make sense. But okay, let's just do that. And let's use it also here. And now it should match my form background. Sweet, I like it. It's just okay. Now this guy right here, the arrow back is using a wrong color. So let's just stick with system colors. I started working on like my custom palette, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary because these system grays are just exactly the same as my own that I came up with. Oh, this looks so nice. All right, let's do this improvement. Wherever I'm using gray 200, let's try replacing that with like system gray something. So here, let's use UI color, system gray. Let's just try 6, what that might look like. And this is being used on my burger button up here. Okay, perfect. It's just the same. It's just the same color that I've been using before that I made up, but it's nicer. Well, it's not nicer. It's just system color. Let's also do it on my content buttons. So here, instead of gray 200, we'll use UI color, system gray 6. Looks good. That looks real good. Whoa, wait a second. Where's my stop button? Oh, these buttons are all messed up. Everything's messed up right now. Okay. I'll have to do some debugging there. I never noticed this. It used to work before, but this works. See? At least, oh, and shouldn't be jumping around like that. Okay, there's still a lot, like a bit of tweaking to do, but for now I'm focusing on preferences, and this has been a great start. This is just beautiful. I gotta keep looking at it for a little more time. Yeah, so, whoa, okay. So what we'll do next is we're gonna add like we're gonna just copy the settings from the desktop app. So it's gonna work a little bit differently because, for example, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I want to auto start the next session because you might not notice that. I'm gonna have this ask what to do. That'll send you a notification. And I think I'm gonna use silently continue and sync to hour because that's a really cool mode. And for settings, I'll do the classic timing settings, and the rest of it won't really work. So it's gonna be pretty easy to implement these settings here. Okay, well, that's it. There's been a little bit of progress in these 25 minutes, mostly just styling this custom preferences screen. We're getting there. I think I'll take a screenshot to use in the YouTube thumbnail. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya.